What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As promised, I am here today with my new build for pistols specifically, and in this video you will see a low health build for sneaking, for non-sneaking, and a full health option using something like Furious. And of course, I did not forget about all you ghoulies out there, so I will have a little treat for you guys later in the video as well. Not anything too crazy, but something substantial enough to kind of lead you in the right direction. So starting off any build video with the most important thing, your armor and what legendary mods you should probably be running on your said pieces. Taking a look at the graphic on screen, I show you guys my suggestions for legendary armor, backpack mods, and shielded under armor. So feel free to pick from that list and you should be fine. Moving on to mutations, this is the standard setup that really anybody in the game should be using. However, Twisted Muscles has become a sleeper option to pick because of its bonus to limb damage, which can help you in certain situations like when you're farming the first encounter of the raid. Moving on to the low health build for people who want to sneak, this is the setup you want to use. Now, if you're a long-time viewer of the channel, you may notice, wait a minute, this looks very similar to the commando build, and that's because, well, it is. There are some slight tweaks here and there, such as your intelligence tree. You can kind of mix and match the things you want to pick from there. And if you don't want to sneak, all you have to simply do is take out the sneak related perks and agility and replace those with onslaught related perks. The onslaught system is not something that is tied specifically to the Furious effect, it's just that Furious weapons can take advantage of it in more of a meaningful way because they get a damage buff out of it. While if you don't have that, they still benefit you based on the amount of onslaught stacks you have and the buff related to the perk card. So while you won't be getting the 5% damage per stack like you would Furious and Furious, you can still get the other benefits from that card. Moving on to the legendary perk cards, you're going to want to run a handful of the special related perk cards to give yourself more perk options, and taking one for the team or follow through in your last slot. If you are going to be playing a sneak focused build, you will 100% want to be running follow through because the damage bonus you get from sneak attacks is very large. However, if you are not sneaking, there is zero reason to use follow through, so just stick with something like taking one for the team. Moving on to the full health version of the build, this one is particularly built around the onslaught system because if you are full health and you're not using onslaught, you're kind of throwing. So going ahead and taking a look at those perk cards, you'll want to stack up as many of the onslaught perks as you can, which should give you around 20 stacks, I want to say, if you are using a Furious weapon on top of that. But this also gives you an opportunity to run the reverse onslaught system by simply slotting in the Master Gunslinger perk to start at 30 stacks and work your way down per shot. And if you're using a slow firing weapon, this would be the perfect situation to use that. And now, speaking of weapons, let's talk about the best overall pistols you can pick for a pistol build. In the graphic on screen, I am showing what I believe to be the top 6 pistols in Fallout 76 currently. The Enclave Plasma is just an overall good choice for everything. The Crusader pistol is actually surprisingly powerful, especially when you use the laser modification. The Alien Blaster has always been a good pick, and it still is. The Western Revolver is probably the best weapon you can use when you want to do something like the reverse onslaught system. The Gauss pistol is also another great option for pistol builds because it allows you to one-shot pretty much any enemy in the game that's not a boss. And the Gamma Gun is worth mentioning because it is extremely powerful when you put on the automatic receiver. The only thing holding this weapon back is its reload and small mag capacity. Now, as promised, I did not forget about all you ghoulies out there. I may be a smooth skin player, but I still want to show love to the people in the comments that do want to see things tailored to ghoul players. So taking a look at the perk options for ghoul players, you would want to equip Glowing Criticals, United Ordeal, and Science Monster if you are a ghoul player. These perks are extremely powerful, and it is pretty easy to maintain your glow as a ghoul. And if you are a low health player, you'll be using the Nerd Rage and Serendipity perks, and if you are not either of these, simply just do not use these perks. Now, with all that said, I hope this build was nice and concise for you guys and got to the point relatively quickly. And with that, guys, that is all I have to say about pistols in Fallout 76. This build, I hope, has been pretty concise and easy to understand. Anyway, everyone, thanks for tuning back into the channel. This has been my no-nonsense guide for pistol builds for everyone of all playstyles. I know that there has been a recent update to the PTS showing off the new, extremely crazy perk changes that have come to the test server. So I will be streaming on my channel here on YouTube and maybe on Twitch, leveling up my character to level 50 and maybe a little further beyond that, so that I'm able to go on test server and actually test things, effectively instead of having to sit there and struggle the entire time. So if you see me live, come stop by and say hello. Or if you're a PC player that can maybe lend me a helping hand and kind of give me a kickstart on my PC account, that would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, to wrap things up, I have some background footage of me fighting the Ultracite Terror using the Alien Blaster and the Crusader pistol, just to kind of showcase the potency of these weapons and the viability of actually using these things in a raid situation. I will go ahead and let that gameplay play out in the background, so if anyone's interested in watching that, feel free to do so. And take note of the kill times in the sections for these pistols, because it's actually quite respectable when you compare it to the commando kill times in my previous video. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Take care.